Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Welcome back, everybody. So let's keep up with the euro currency. It seems that the story of the last week is repeating. You can see price stands in very tight range, providing just few objects for discussion day by day. So no performance actually currently. So on the daily chart, you could see that price starting to take the shape of some pennant or something of that sort. That is potentially bullish pattern. If we exclude some maybe surprises on the non-farm payrolls release, so they should be super positive to reverse this tendency and trigger downside action. And I'm not sure that even light surprise will be enough to do this. So if statistics will be in a row with the expectation or slightly worse than expected, especially in terms of the wage inflation, unemployment or something of that sort, you could see some upward breakout and reaching of the next resistance. So currently on the daily chart, you could see next level that market is ready to reach will be confluence here is 1950, 1988. It's a bit wide, but still level stands relatively close to each other. And what's more interesting is that it accompanied with daily overbought. So that's probably will be the sale for current week if we suggest no positive surprises in the non-farm payrolls release. Negative surprises could even lead to attempt to break this area. But with the more or less expected numbers, so we probably should get upward action somewhere to this area. For instance, bullish, we also keep an eye on the divergence that is formed here. It's really important in the current situation, and we talked about this in the weekly report. That suggests might lead to some upward action if we will get corresponding changing on the fundamental background. So that's what we said, because for any significant action, some significant drivers are needed, and they could come only from the fundamental sphere. So in the shorter term on the 5-day frame chart, you could see that despite market has made the attempt to go lower, and we yesterday said that this ABCD you could consider taking the short position above this area with the possible reaching of the OP. So we should be relatively safe. And indeed, yesterday we've got this retracement. So now you could move stop to the break even if you have taken any short positions. But at the same time, take a look. Here's an interesting situation. First of all, market is forming high lows while the trend stands bearish. And the tight consolidation in the shape of the triangle, something of that sort, this is actually right below the major confluence resistance. This is more the sign of the strength rather than the sign of the weakness, because despite the strong resistance, market doesn't step out from the resistance. It stands in a tight range right below, calling, building an energy for a breakout right below it. And take a look, market even hasn't reached the major 30 level. So it's 1848, this low stands above it, and it has not been reached. This is really tight standing. And this tells more about in favor of the bulls. So theoretically, we could count on some downside action based on maybe on the non-farm payrolls release in general. But, well, in the current environment, I wouldn't consider taking the short position by far, guys. So if you have taken them, you could move stocks to the break-even and see what will happen. Potentially, this tight standing below the resistance usually treats as a bullish price behavior. And from that standpoint, although we're considering taking the long position somewhere around OP and on XOP, currently it seems that, well, we could get them, especially the XOP, only if we will get some very strong numbers. For instance, ADP reporting today, we will get very strong numbers and maybe some downside action. In this case, we probably could get it. But in the natural progression of the price, here it's very difficult to count. If we would say that we will have no statistics and we would get this type of action, I would say that hardly we could count on the XOP, just because of this performance that we have currently. On the hourly chart, it's the same story here. you could see this market is forming very often the 222 patterns in recent times. So here was our initial pattern. Recently it was another one, and here is another one. This has been formed around 1877. So this Cartridge 222 cell. Well, for scalp traders, I don't know. You need to have the combination in your trading plan of the relation on the statistics this week and desire to go short with the stop somewhere above this area. Only in this case you could consider taking the short position. But as I said, currently it's very tricky. Background, I mean on the bearish side. It could work mostly because and only with the support of the external driving factors such as the statistics. Pure technically, as I said, this consolidation below the confluence has more bullish features. That's why, considering of the taking the bearish position, even if you have the Cartridge 222 sell, well, in this case you could rely only on a very small near standing target, or maybe you should have some other reasons to go short, because in current environment, with all this background that we have, it's a bit risky than usual. So it would be better to be said in this manner. So that's what we have currently on euro currency. So let's wait a bit more, since till non-farm proposal we still have some time, couple of sessions. Maybe on NADP or some other factor will trigger the retracement, and we will get some agreement at the OP, hopefully at least at the OP. I wouldn't talk about even the XOP right now, but at least if we will get the OP, it will be already not bad opportunity to consider for taking the long position. So that's what we have currently on euro currency.